So there is a question. There is a question here. The question is, being in family life, okay, how can I attain purification of myself through karma shuddhi, through doing karma and gnana? How can I do? Who has no family? Everybody has family. Everybody is a family. Everybody lives in the family only. Do you think a monk doesn't live in family? Monk lives in a family, community of other monks. And in fact, a sannyasi has a bigger family. Okay? A person who has become a monk, he becomes a monk saying that whole world is my family. I am doing service for the whole world. So your family is bigger. So it's not a question of family of husband, wife or children. It's an attitude towards the family. Okay? The family is given to you by God as a support system for your survival. It's a shared responsibility. Where the husband or wife work outside for earning livelihood, the husband or wife take care of the family, bring up the children. There is a shared responsibility in the family. The family means a shared responsibility. Okay. Now this responsibility, if you think that this responsibility is because I married this person, I have these children, and this is my family, the concept of the family has to be shifted a little bit. Anything which happens in my life is for my evolution, my spiritual evolution. Okay? Whether it's marriage or children or job or responsibility, is marriage, is my evolution. I have two aspects of my life, myself. One is the inner aspect and one is the outer aspect. Outer aspect of my life is I have to earn something, otherwise I can't survive. Right? So the earning something, making a living is the outer aspect. The inner aspect is self-realization, making mind peaceful, attaining Atma-dnana is the inner aspect. Now are they both opposite of each other? They are not opposite of each other. If you can't survive outside, how will you become self-realized? Survival and self-realization, they go together. Okay? Survival is required and self-realization is required. So, all the facility which you have, husband, wife or the job, is for your self-realization, as for your survival, which is supporting of self-realization. They are not opposite. Are you getting what I am saying? Survival is not opposite of self-realization. The samsara is not opposite of self-realization. This is confusion which is people having. Without survival, you cannot self-realize. Even monks have to survive. They go and do begging. Survival and self-realization are complementary to each other. Okay. Now the intelligence is, how do you align this? Survival and self-realization. How do you align this? Correct? It is not two opposite purposes, but it's only one purpose. Survival and self-realization. They are not opposite of each other. Are you getting what I am saying? Survival and samsara and self-realization, people think it's opposite. No, it's not opposite. It's complementary. It's supporting each other. How does it support each other? Your daily food, job, all these things are required for you to survive and maintain the body. Without the body being there, you cannot self-realize. And your husband, wife or children or family are supporting that. And job is also supporting that. They are not opposite. That you have to realize. Okay. Now if that being case, and self-realization is the purpose, then for self-realization all these are given to you. Everything is given to you for self-realization purpose only. Okay. So everything is a gift of God. Whatever is there, family or a job or husband or a wife, is a gift of God. It's a grace of God. Okay. That grace, if you have in mind, then whatever work you do, becomes an offering to God. Oh God, you have given me this facility. I am doing it as your service. Then our sage Basavanna told, Kayakave Kailasa. The work is worship. Why do you worship? Because whatever work you do, okay, the job has been given, job is there for you to survive, which is actually, I mean, some employer has given, but ultimately it's a facility created by society, and society is created by God. I am under the service of the God. I am working for God. Self-realization is God realization. I am working for God. So I am doing service. Now, every work if you convert into activity of service, every activity you convert into as an offering to God, then whatever work you do becomes worship. So 24 hours you are in the worship mode, 24 hours you are in a prayerful mode. Then whenever you find time, you go to meditation. So then there's Guru's teachings, the teaching of Atmadnana. Atmadnana teaching you have to hear. In earlier days, you have to go to some ashram or Himalayas to get the teaching of Guru. Nowadays, thanks to the technology, Google and internet and YouTube, whenever you are at home, you can sit and listen to the wisdom teachings. Earlier days, you have to go to Gurukula, ashram to get teachings. Now, Guru has come to your house in the form of Google, in the form of YouTube. So, you have a facility of Atmadnana sitting at home, comfort of your home. You have a facility of a husband working for you and getting food for you, money for you. So you have all facilities are provided, and all facilities are provided by existence, God. So you have to live as a offering to God. Any work we do, if we live thankfully as an offering to God, then our mind becomes more and more calm. And if you keep cursing, oh, this is why this is the hell, this kind of job I have, then your mind gets agitated. Then you are not thankful. Are you thankful in your life? No, how can I be thankful? My husband is such a monster, or my wife is such a Mahakali. Okay? My husband is such a terrible person, my wife is such a terrible person. How I can be thankful? You have to be thankful for that also. Because if your husband is not such a terrible person, or if your wife is not such a terrible person, how will you get to go on the path of spiritual reality? Okay? The more and more adverse conditions we face in life, the more and more our mind turns to God. So, adverse conditions also, we have to be thankful. That's why Kunti, Sri Krishna asked Kunti, what blessings you need in next life? Kunti said, this life I had gone through a lot of trouble. Her Pandavas, children Pandavas, they didn't get the kingdom. The Mahabharata war you saw. Never a single day she was a queen. She said, in next life, give me more trouble. Okay, so that the more trouble is there, I can think of God more. Adverse circumstance in life always makes our mind, ripens our mind, and takes our mind to self, God. So, whether good condition in life or adverse condition in life is for your self relation, God relation. That being the case, you should live our life in a attitude of gratitude, attitude of thankfulness. So, all that we have to do is, samsara, we have to continue, samsara, the world or family, we have to convert into attitude of gratitude, thankfulness to God. Whether it's adverse, whether it's a positive. That ripens us. In fact, a person starts evolving only in difficulties. So the more difficulties you have, more you will evolve. So either good condition or difficult condition is a grace. Once you start accepting it and you start living your life as a gratefulness to God, whatever work you do become worship. Otherwise we keep on facing hardship in life. So that's Karma Yoga. Then if you are really doing the Karma Yoga, all activities you do starts purifying the mind and mind becomes silent. The mind becomes agitated only when you start seeing, judging situation. Okay, that's why the Karma Yoga is like this. A person was going in a hot sun. Okay, 3 people were breaking the stones. A person, he asked the first person, what are you breaking the stone for? The person says, don't you see, it's a hot sun. Okay, I am in such a bad situation. God has cursed me. In this hot sun, I have to break the stone. Okay, I have to make a living, he says. Then, next person he asks, yeah, I am breaking this stone. What to do? I have to make a living. Somebody is constructing a building there. So he is also sweating. The third person is breaking the stone joyfully. The hot sun is there. He is sweating, but he is joyful. He asks him, what are you doing? Then he says, I am breaking the stone. This stone is used, the stone which I am using is breaking is used for a construction of a temple. So many people will come, devotees will come, and the work which I have done, will become God's service. See, this stone I am cutting is the stone of path, stepping stone. So many devotees will cross on this stone. How much punya I will get? Okay, I am so joyful. I am so thankful to God. All the three people are doing same work, but attitude of doing work is very different. Samsara, if you look at it in a different attitude, as a grace of God, whether it's good condition or bad condition, ill health or ill health, everything is a grace of God, making your mind move towards self-realization, then you are done in life. Atma Dana, receive the Dana wherever you are, based on whatever medium you have, in the presence of the Guru, in the video, YouTube or books, receive it, purify your mind. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And then meditate whatever little time you have. So the life will be purified. Does it answer your question?
He says, not in all the situations people allow the oppose going into spiritual.
Correct. See, the question here is, not all the time, not all the people, okay, support. They oppose going in the spiritual path. Okay. So that is the question. So the spiritual path is not external dress. People think that spiritual path is external dress, Rudraksh Mala or Nama. It has nothing to do with that. Spiritual path is your inner ripening. How can somebody oppose you, what is happening inside you? You are only in charge of what's happening inside you. Nobody can stop what's happening inside you. Okay? People may oppose you. You are going to ashram. How people can oppose what you are listening on YouTube? How people can stop you what you are doing? Okay? Don't change your dress. Don't change your shape. Don't have to external changes.
Stop doing it.
Don't have to stop doing anything. You have to use your time intelligently and for inner growth. Spirituality is inner growth. It has nothing to do with the external situation. People may oppose. Okay? It doesn't matter. What they can oppose? Okay, you are going there, don't go. You are doing this, don't go. But what stops you? What people can stop you from doing puja, from sitting in meditation, in your puja? Oh, puja room I don't not allowed in my house. Doesn't matter. Close your eyes. God is in your heart. How can anybody stop? In fact, some of the great sages have suffered so much for God. Okay, very adverse condition. Not whatever we are speaking of. Our conditions are very small. There is a Sant Ramadas. He constructed Rama temple, and he was put in the prison. He was tortured every day. He was beaten with the nails every day. Okay, but he found God, Rama, in his heart. We are not going through that much of difficult condition in life. Who can oppose us? How can somebody oppose us in an internal journey? External journey I can say, how can somebody oppose? Internal journey, nobody can oppose, nobody can stop. It is between you and God. God is in your heart. How can it stop? How can somebody stop and interfere in your thinking process? Thinking is happening in your mind. Somebody can stop you from doing something. Spirituality is not at all about doing. Spirituality is about inner journey, inner maturity. How can somebody stop? Does it answer your question?
Stop.
Okay, let us stop.